Hello, I'm Mark Sletton, Senior Partner and Branch Broker with Berkshire Hathaway Home Services here in Park City, Utah. This is another in our series of short video blogs on the Park City real estate market and events and activities that impact the market as well. Today's blog is on those events and activities, specifically coming from an article that I read recently in USA Today entitled, "Bigger and Better, Park City Expands into USA's Largest Ski Resort." This was in their November 13th edition. Even being a local here and understanding, I think, what's going on, I was struck by the magnitude of what's going to occur with the combination of these two resorts. They've been operated separately, Park City Mountain Resort and Canyons, under Vail Resorts for the last several seasons. Well, Park City for last season, Canyons for the last couple seasons, I believe. And with the connection going up Pinecone Ridge this year, called the Quicksilver Gondola, it's going to create a resort that is, get this, 6.5 lineal miles end to end, one end being Canyons, the other end being where the old Park City Mountain Resort ended over by Old Town. And it's going to have a total of 38 lifts with 220 miles of ski runs and 17 on-mountain restaurants. Many of those restaurants were significantly upgraded over the summer, and one was completely rebuilt from the ground up. It's called Miners Camp, and it will house and seat 500 diners inside, plus their outside seating, and be served by a state-of-the-art kitchen, and one can imagine state-of-the-art food as well. So think about this. Get up in the morning, and whether you're staying or you start your ski day in whatever fashion over at Canyons, and get on their gondola and ski for 2.5–3 hours over those 38 lifts and some portion of the, not all 38 obviously, some portion of the 220 miles of trails, and you end up for lunch at Old Town, Park City. Ski down, there's a plethora of really good restaurants right at the base of that lift. One in particular, it's called the High West Distillery. Now, I've got to tell you, I have no interest in High West as far as an investment or any remuneration for saying this. It's just one of my favorite restaurants in town. And to my knowledge, it's also the only ski-in and ski-out whiskey distillery on the planet. Several years ago, back in the mid-2000s when I was on the Planning Commission, one of my cycling buddies, a guy by the name of Dave Perkins, told me he was going to respond to a request for a proposal from the city of Park City on these properties that they own. It was the old Bertus Watts home and adjoining garage. And the city had sent out a request for a proposal for various uses. Dave told me he was going to submit one for a whiskey distillery. And I told him, in my opinion, no way. And well, there was an expletive in the middle of that. You can guess what it is. But I told him that I didn't think there was any way that, as independent and quirky as Park City is, that being a city in the state of Utah, that the city fathers would be able to accept a proposal for a whiskey distillery. Well, through Dave's persistence, his ambition in that regard, and also his business acumen, he made it happen. And in addition, at the right time, he brought on one of our best chefs in town, a guy by the name of James Dumas. And together they've made that just a huge success. They've been blending their whiskeys for some time now and have just opened up their own distillery right here in town. So just a couple of years we'll have a whiskey that's made from scratch here in Park City. I encourage you to try it, not just the whiskey, at least to stop in for lunch or dinner at their restaurant. Then get back on the lift and away you go, and 2.5 or 3 hours later, that is if you haven't had too much whiskey, 2.5 or 3 hours later you're back at the Canyons. Anyway, that's the end of this video blog. I hope you enjoyed it. To the extent you have any comments or questions on it, please feel free to call me. Again, my name is Mark Sletton, and my cell phone number is area code 435-640-0930, so you can either text me or call me. Or my email address is msletton, S-L-E-T-T-E-N, at BHHSUtah. That's the acronym for Berkshire Hathaway Home Services, Utah.com. Thank you very much for your time, and I'll look forward to hearing from you. Good day.